The old lady with severe OCD had tape all over the house. It looked like some ancient ritual pattern. She warned the college students she lived with. Red zones were off limits. Yellow zones were shared spaces. Blue zones were the only areas he could use. Not only that, the fridge, the cabinets, even the sink, all had dividing lines drawn on them. On top of saving water and electricity, she had one more harsh rule. Mark wasn't allowed to use the bathroom at home because she had lived alone her entire life and couldn't stand the idea of sharing a toilet with a strange man. But the thing is, Mark had stomach issues, any excitement or stress, and he'd need the bathroom right away. When she was looking for a roommate, she said she liked living with people her grandson's age. Turns out, that wasn't the kind of, he expected. Even so, Mark held it in. To afford tuition, he took a job cleaning out the belongings of the deceased. When someone with no family passed away, they would go clean the entire room, disinfect it and air it out, so the landlord could rent it out again. One weekend morning, Mark was woken up by a knock on the door. It was the old lady, asking him to clean the shared areas. After a few hours of work, he was finally done. To his surprise, the old lady had prepared breakfast for him. It wasn't fancy, but it had 3 dishes and a soup. That day, a classmate named Anna came to find Mark. She asked him to watch her puppy for a while. Before he could say no, she shoved the puppy into his arms. Now he didn't know what to do, because there was a grumpy old lady at home. Mark stood at the door, too nervous to go in. The puppy got impatient and started barking. Suddenly, the old lady opened the door and asked what the noise was. Mark turned around and told her it was a puppy, but she refused to let it into the house no matter what. So Mark promised the dog wouldn't pee or poop everywhere, and he offered to do all the chores for the next month. In the end, they signed an agreement. The month rent would be split 70/30ths instead of 50/50. And while Mark was at school, the old lady would help take care of the puppy. The truth is, she wasn't a mean and bitter old woman. She just didn't like showing her real self to others. When the puppy was returned, she clearly didn't want to let it go, but still pretended she was glad it was gone. That brief moment of warmth faded quickly, and she was left feeling empty again. A neighbor told her to treat Mark like a grandson. That way, she wouldn't feel so lonely. But the old lady had lived alone her whole life. She had no idea how to love or how to show it.